So namaste, welcome everyone to Satsang today. Thank you. Okay, come, please.
Thank you, Guruji, for calling me.
Thank you.
Last time I spoke to you, I was talking a lot about this doer, compulsive doer, that just had the feeling that he was the only one who was able to take care of this body. And you pointed me back constantly to who I truly was. And so since last time, I really took this strongly to heart. And I sat and I was watching, also when I was not sitting, what was going on there, but not only there, also the one who wanted to get rid of this kind of savior, who was like so active.
Savior is what?
Yeah, who's taking care of me basically, who's...
So you're saying, let me just catch, you're saying that last time we spoke, you had brought up the feeling that there is this kind of, a sense of someone who is the one who's doing, always doing.
Yeah, doing and taking care of me.
Taking care of your own self, or
yes.
Something separate from you doing that?
It's something separate from me. It's like the mind who is like constantly in this active mode, making sure that I'm on the right track and I'm safe.
This is good, because what you seem to be saying then, you are clear that there's a distinction between yourself and your mind.
Yes.
And that it's from the mind that's saying, listen, you got to do this and you got to do that. If you don't do this, then this is going to happen and so on. That type of thing.
Yes.
And you became aware of that. And
last time you were like really pointing me back to who I truly was, and you were asking me, who are you speaking as?
I see.
Like several times when I spoke about that. Mm-hmm. And so, something really I feel deepened, and something is more clear of like this separateness with that one. And also the one who wants to get rid of it and who is kind of obsessed with being in a calm state of mind. Mm-hmm. And so, and also like being
what happened to that one also? Because we're getting subtler, no? First of all, you identify that in the mind was coming. It's from the mind that's coming all this advice and the sense of the need to do and the doer and so on was there. You recognize that, and that there is a distinction between this doership identity and what I am. And now you're including that even the one, the seeming one who wanted to get rid of the doer has not reached you yet. That's also something, another...
He's there.
Another mode of mind or something. Okay.
So then it becomes really clear where I am truly in this seeing. It seems like very clear.
Yeah.
But something is kind of still narcoleptic. So
something is still?
Like, these people who fall asleep while they're eating.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What is it called? What they called?
Narcoleptic.
Narcoleptic.
Yes, they just have this tendency, they fall in their plate.
They do?
Yes. It's very painful for them.
But they wouldn't know about it if they fall asleep in the plate.
They know, suddenly they fall asleep and then they fall. And so I have the feeling to be a little bit like that because the mind activity is so strong. So I check in, and then suddenly it catches me, and something is caught, and I fall asleep.
Can we look at that even more? Because now you say that when you begin to investigate these tendencies, something you use the word clear. As it's becoming clear, more and more clear, that I'm not these functions or this behavior actually, whereas for a very long time we were not so clear that these things, that there was that myself was different from this kind of obsessions or behavior or this inner chatter. Now you're becoming more aware that there's a seeing of that, there's a recognition of those things that is not trapped in the bubble of that play. And the more you're becoming clear about it, this falling into your dinner is happening.
It's not physically, but it's like I get caught again. It's like something gets caught again. It's not me. Mm-hmm. Then I re-inquire, and I see again that one who is kind of falling asleep, going with the thoughts, whatever, is not true. I see it. It's an old tendency, and also the mind is trying to convince me that, like, it's trying to convince that one that he's having too much mind activity anyway, and so like he's serving more and more dishes, and that at one point I'm not gonna be able to keep up. But when I check in, I see that my true self doesn't need to keep up with all this, and is just seeing everything anyway.
Oh, okay.
But then when I fall in my plate and it hurts, because it happens often, the pain, when it's quite long, then the mind comes and says, and the doer again comes and says, what are you doing with Guruji's pointings? Like
it
using
really
everything you're saying.
It really cares, doesn't it? This is not actually such a strange thing, and the reason why I'm just walking behind you and really fanning your words a bit to make it more clear, because this thing where you use the term like falling into your own plate, I can put it in other ways. Like sometimes we come and we're sitting for satsang, or we might be doing a guided meditation, and people are very, very much present. And as soon as we say, okay, just pay attention, just to your breath or anything like this, they're out. Like, what happened? It's like something just pulled the plug out and they're gone. Is it true? It's a fake sleep. It is as though there's something that does not want you to go deeply into recognizing the falsehood of the mind and certain things that we believe about ourselves. And as soon as you begin to look at that, it gets very busy inside. Like a very strong force of destruction is playing, and it can take different roles. It can be falling into your plate, it can be falling asleep, it could be, somehow you can't bear to be in here because it's too hot and you have to run outside or something. But now you're onto it, and the more you're onto it, sometimes it gets worse for a while. It is as though something is being exposed inside, which is not true. And in the presence of your satsang or your earnestness to discover the truth about yourself, this thing is being exposed and it cannot hide. It's like trying to hide in a glass house, somebody say. There's nowhere to go, it cannot hide. So it may feel deeply uncomfortable, but only for a while. Don't panic and don't run off and go, identify with it and go, oh no, I can't stand this place. It's just, I feel so uncomfortable. Because that is, again, the same guy.
Guruji, I don't feel I want to run off. It's just that where it catches something inside of me is this association between a long-term pain. Even though I don't have a problem with the pain, I really want to use it, as you say. I really like when it comes, the first feelings are, this is good, now I can really deepen something. But when it lasts for a while, and when these thoughts come about, what are you doing with Guruji's pointings, etc., and it lasts for a while, then I have the feeling I'm like this guy who decided to leave the mafia, but is still lying in bed and saying, oh my God, I don't know if this is going to work without the mafia. I feel a little bit like that. And I have
She has good examples. Mafia, falling asleep in your plate. It's good, it's good. I like it. Refreshing.
So I have the feeling that there are so many things that are still tying ropes around all the trees of Sahaja.
Yeah.
And I need your help to chop this off, because it's catching me on this. And then I start to become something goes again into this person mode and defends everything and just doesn't want to
Let's
get
have
out.
a look at that, because I've said sometimes the actors won't go on the stage until the audience is seated.
Yes.
They won't play to an empty room. Okay? These things won't keep coming unless there's someone that they come for. And who are they coming for then? They're coming for the idea you have of who you are, and not your true self. They're coming for your self-image, the memory of your identity and so on, which is not yet fully transcended. You see? Something is happening, because even to be aware of this and to be speaking as you're doing right now is a sign of your maturing in your understanding. But it's not yet over. The snake is leaving the house. His head is in the garden, but the tail is still inside the room. Okay? No time to go and stroke him right now. So what it means like that, it means that somehow your seeing is deepening, but it's as though the enemy, so to speak, is panicking, is fighting for survival, and it will come up like that. And so for a while, you may experience like you're in for a bumpy ride, but only as long as the identity in you as a person is still virile and active. Because it's like one hand cannot clap. To clap, you have to have two hands. So this is one hand, these ideas, these habits are coming. But if there's no identity to connect with them, they just die right there. They don't have any power, they cannot go on. What feeds these habits is our self-image, interest, habit, identity. This keeps the game going. You are becoming aware that, wait a second, these things are actually, they're functions in me, but they're not a definition of who I am or what I am. You're seeing that, but the seeing is not yet finalized. The seeing is not totally stable. The seeing itself is fluctuating, you see? Now, if I say the seeing is also fluctuating of this, then there must be a deeper seeing which can see this. Would you agree or not?
Yes.
You see? At this deeper place where even the functioning of perception is itself perceived. I'm going to say it again. In this deeper place where even seeing is seen. Have I lost you?
No.
Okay. Where even the fact that you're alive and conscious, there is an awareness of it. And the awareness is not somewhere else, it's right here in the very core of yourself. Not hidden, it is there. And yet we can go through all our lives just role-playing and not seeing what is here before even the role came. It's just how life is. Everyone picks up some conditioning. And it obviously is meant that all the beings will be conditioned first into believing that I am the body, a very natural, innocent belief. And it seems our environment help us to have a very strong identity with the body. The body is necessary for experiencing. We're not speaking against the body. But the depth of identification with the body and with the conditioning that arises on this belief, I am my body. Fundamentally, I am this body. That's what I am. When you see this body, you see me. We don't say the body is my house. I am where you see this body. You may go to my house and knock on my door. I'm not there. But generally, if you see this body, I'm quite likely home. So body and home, there's no separation for most people. And yet, I say the body is a mortal body, it's a time body, it had a birth time, it has a lifetime, it has an end of lifetime. It is a mortal body, but an immortal beingness is inside it. An intelligence. That is not at the mercy of time or change. Now, many of you maybe believe this. A few of you have really seen and know this, and yet at the same time find that we slip back into personhood very easily, and fewer still are those who know this and are this. You follow what I'm speaking or not? I would say that this is perhaps the most auspicious discovery in the human kingdom. Because everything else is bound by time. Whatever we imagine or whatever we have or whatever we aspire for that seems to be external to ourselves is bound by time. It's ephemeral, meaning that at one time it has a beginning, has an end. Is there anything about us that does not have an end? Even does not even have a beginning. This is the kind of thing we are looking at and discovering here in Monte Sahaja. And not everyone moves through this exploration smoothly. Because the minute a human being from the start becomes interested in self-discovery, some kind of war begins inside, like a struggle. Like there's a force within us that is not supporting self-discovery. It seems as though this force is only attracted to a bodily life, a personal life of, whatever the thing that a person wants. Which is fine, it's also a play of consciousness. And there's another force also present within us that is always aspiring for something higher, to evolve, to learn, to grow, and in some cases, to awaken to the truth of who we are. Very few people have this, even believe that this is possible. But here it has to be a discovery, not merely belief. And this is why we speak like this. And we explore. We're not asking you just to believe what I say. You must test what I say in you. And then I would like you to come back and report what is your finding, what have you discovered. Not what you believe only. Believe is good, but experience is more profound. So what you're reporting is a journey into your own self-discovery, and what is happening is that the more you go more deeply, sometimes you think, oh, I should be coming to an end by now, but it's as though the bridge extends, and some things feel like it's going on too long, and then there's a sense of, why does this keep going on, and when complaining, and you don't realize it, you're almost on a journey back to personhood. This play is like this.
Sorry, while you were saying this now about these forces that don't want you to reach this true place, I don't know, it just came up in me while you were talking. In my experience, like these negative things, they were like making me strive. And often they helped me to let go. Like, for example, when I was working, I was having this career, whatever. When it became really very bad, something inside knew that it was a time to just stop.
Yes.
And this is what brought me here, Guruji.
Yeah.
But now I'm home, I just found this place and I'm here. And I just feel that there's maybe still a belief that things that strive is going to bring me somewhere else. I don't know.
Slow down. The things that
the
you
mind
striving.
This strive that for like suffering, basically.
No. Striving for what?
Like trying to, I don't know. Maybe it was not the right word. Not striving, but like the fact that things were like difficult, or like I don't have this big problem with pain. I can bear with pain. Like if it gets really too long, then of course I'm suffering it. But like I can take in quite a lot of effort or pain, whatever. And like it brought me, I have like there's inside this kind of belief that like when it became like really bad, then when I would let go of something, it would bring me to somewhere else. And for example, here, like this extreme mind attacks, whatever, like you speak about it very often, like it helps you. You can't bear a situation or your person anymore without even knowing really, like it brings you into the right place. And now I'm here, and I just like, maybe something is, I don't know.
Now you're here, and just speak a little. Here means what? Now I'm here.
In Sahaja,
okay.
And following your pointings.
Yeah, tell me about now I'm here. Speak about that internally for me. Sahaja, I'm here in Sahaja, yeah?
Yes.
But internally what it means?
I thanks to your pointings, I realized this place inside of me,
yes,
that is not moving, where nothing is really needed to be done or undone, or like it doesn't need the mind to strive or to attack.
Mm-hmm.
But
tell everyone what that place is like. Does it mean that you have given up and you stagnate and you're just a vegetable, or what? I want some, because there's some new faces here. And you're saying something that many people have come to recognize. You say that when you've come to this place, you've come to recognize a place within yourself where you don't have to be pushing and striving and all these things. And what more is it?
It's just happening.
Everything is unfolding by itself?
The seeing is just like I'm seeing everything, whether I want it or not. It's just seeing everything in front of me.
And what's different about this?
Sorry, what is different about?
So you're saying now you're seeing it, you're seeing this, and is that from a much more contented place, a much more stable place? What it means? Now you're seeing all the things just happening by themselves.
This is me, this is clear, like I but then there's this being pulled in again into the play when the mind starts.
Yeah. What is being pulled into the play? Is it this perfect place?
No.
Okay, so something is being pulled in.
Yes.
And whatever it is that's being pulled into the play, it's also observed, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Does that not mean something for you?
That
if you can observe it, it's not something to run off with, it's not something to identify with, it's just a cloud passing. Because it has to come up to a point where you recognize that these are just things that come and go. And you're not caught by them so easily as you once used to be. Now you can see, okay, yes, we know where that thought is going, and you just leave it.
That's the part where I'm like not leaving it necessarily.
Okay.
Like, and when you spoke like now, I was wondering if there was not like, I don't know, this is like trying to expose everything, and if there are not like some beliefs that are still stuck there I cannot see, or I don't know.
What is happening is the more you come to discover yourself, the more old ideas and beliefs are falling away by themselves. Because the old ideas and habits and beliefs, they lived through the person and not through the presence consciousness. The consciousness doesn't need a history, it doesn't need to relate to past in quite the same way. Let me give you an example. Have you met sometimes people who are deeply attached to past, so much so that they're really present when you're speaking with them? It's always about something that's past. Or maybe sometimes someone who is always about the future, what they're going to do next time and when they're going to do in 2 years and so on. Have you ever met someone who is just present?
You.
Present meaning what? They're just not concerned about the present even. What it mean? It's almost like a state of emptiness. But it's not the emptiness that the mind usually associates emptiness, not empty in this way, but almost still. You understand what I mean by still? Like not still, not practicing to be still, still. Even if they're speaking, even if they're doing something, there's a stillness about it. In India, we see this quite a lot, There can be so much outer movement and noise even, but if you're attentive, you notice that there's a stillness about it. And that is to do with the quality of being than of becoming. Have you noticed these things?
Yes.
Have you ever been to a place that is in the countryside somewhere, which is very quiet, hardly see any people, but there's an discomfort? You see the curtains moving, but they have it is quiet, but it is not silent. That stillness you come to within your own self. The more you recognize what you're not, you naturally become more quiet, more present, because the mind is not fluctuating between past and future. The mind itself, it's as though the negative energies in the mind is swinging from past to future, so that you're really present. Present not as time, but present as presence. You can't practice presence. You can only recognize that that's all that's really here, that is true. Everything is a cloud passing. Now, that is not a cynicism. It's not saying, oh, don't worry about that because it doesn't matter, it's all the cloud. No. The strange thing is, when you're empty in this way, in the proper way, you are very much conversant with life. Love is flowing from you, and peacefulness, and equanimity of mind, and serenity of being. All these things, they come. They're not even cultivated. They arise in you. Just like a plant does not, or a flower does not work to produce its fragrance. When it blooms, the fragrance comes by itself. Same thing with us. The more you let go or recognize what you are not and honor that seeing, the more this fragrance of peace is coming from you. This natural happiness. Not even happy about something. Just happiness. So much so that yourself and happiness, they go together. It is natural to be happy and to be at peace. But we have become almost habituated to states of anxiety and tensions and desires and attachments which are not happy and contented states of being. You are moving in the right direction. You began to question some things that we all just take for granted. Like, this is just how I am. Wait, how are you? What your mind says, or where your heart and attention is. These are the things. So if you notice, you've come to a place where you recognize that there's something in you which is just is. It's not a construction. It's not a practice. It doesn't get weaker or stronger. It just is. And that is worth discovering and honoring. And the more that you pay attention to that, because it seemed for a while our attention is always on things which are moving and coming and going. The fruits of which is just restlessness. But the moment you discover this, you have transcended many bad habits, you have transcended them. And this is where I say that there's a force inside that works through the mind to keep your attention upon things which are momentary and passing. And that's what you're noticing. And every earnest seeker of truth will experience this. It's like for a while you feel under attack. Why? Because you have a shared identity as consciousness and person. And the personal content or factor creates this movement in you. And the conscious part of you observes them. And gradually, you're stabilizing more in the consciousness and less in the person. It takes time to recognize and stabilize in the timeless. And mind itself will keep you thinking about mind. It's the same one that's saying, when are you going to follow Mooji's pointings? It's the same one. Is the mind taking a risk to tell you, you're not giving enough attention to Mooji's pointings? No, it's not taking a risk because it knows that will torture you. Because it already prepares the way in which you will hear that. And knowing, oh no, again. Because you're prone to feeling maybe guilty or that you're not doing enough. So the mind itself will go and tell you, see, why are you not listening to Mooji? Very subtle, very cunning. But you must be wise, not cunning.
Yes, it's true. At the beginning it was like really trying to look for this space, and it was always like the mind telling me, you can't see it, you're not seeing.
Even the greatest salesman in the world cannot sell you if you don't buy.
Yeah.
Can I say like this? Yes. Thank you. I told a story some time ago that in London, when I was living in London so much, and Trafalgar Square, you know what I'm going to say. Trafalgar Square is a very, very famous place in London. And for many, many, many years, the tourists go center of London, Trafalgar Square, and there are thousands of pigeons in Trafalgar Square. And photographers, taking pictures, tourists, Polaroid pictures, you get a picture same time, you give £5, and you have a nice souvenir of London, pigeons on your head and stuff like this. But some few years ago, the mayor of London announced that as from a certain date, because they say the pigeons very popular in London, but London is a modern city and it's a health hazard. All this pigeon poo and stuff like this it's not healthy. We're cleaning up the city. We don't want the pigeons. However, you must not harm them, but we have to get rid of them. How are you going to do it? So the mayor says, as from a certain date, it's illegal to feed the pigeons. Because they used to go and have you buy a little tub of corn, and you feed the pigeons come and blah, 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 and you put the pigeon, this kind of stuff. And so the mayor said, no, enough. We don't want any more pigeons in Trafalgar Square, but it's illegal to harm them. Okay? So the time came, boom. It is illegal. There's police looking around, see if you're buying anything, or these photographers are showing up. No photographers, no corn, still pigeons looking around going, what's up? Where's our food? Where is it? So that went on, and in 1 month, Trafalgar Square, no pigeons. A few, one or two still hanging around, the real veterans. Okay? They started showing up in my town, which is like 4 miles away, 5 miles away, in Brixton. We started to have pigeons in the market, and people, what's pigeons in the market? Now my point is like this. If you keep feeding the pigeon thoughts are going to keep coming. If you don't feed them, you don't have to kill them, but you don't feed them. And what's feeding them? Being identified with them and saying, yeah, this is happening to me, and the thoughts are going, because it's got you. And
what's happening for me is like they're coming, I don't have any more rice, but they're coming and flying on my head, and I'm thinking that maybe they might go away if I get some more rice.
Some more rice.
Some food.
Corn. Rice.
Some.
Okay. Will this story ever end? I mean, we got the point?
Yes.
We're good?
You. Yes.
Okay, so next
much.
one. Who's gonna come? Is it you? We have someone who can translate, or are you going to speak English now? But aren't you able to speak? Okay, good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Conference. Mm-hmm. Let us speak from the chair? No. Come to the microphone, it's good. That's what happened to me and Papaji. I didn't want to go. So all these people are going to see me talking, and oh God, no. Can I sit in my chair? No. Come. 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 It is really good to come. It is very good to come. Not all of Italy is watching you. Come. Tutto bene.
Allora. Pronto? Parlo? Ciao Mooji, scusa,
Ciao,
però mi ha preso un attacco di panico, perciò lì non riesco ad andare.
Sì.
Non sto bene.
Ok. Sì.
I feel him having a panic attack, so I felt I couldn't come here. I don't feel well.
Okay, it's a perfect
Perciò...
place for panic attack.
Cosa?
No, speak in the microphone,
Okay.
that's okay.
È il
Italy
posto
is
perfetto
Sì,
per gli attacchi
perciò,
di panico.
No.
Okay.
Perciò sono molto veloce. Ero venuta su perché ti volevo dire tante cose, ma adesso veramente non mi sento bene, non è che ci faccio apposta. E, siccome parto per l'Italia, io ti sono venuta a salutare e ti sono venuta a dire che lo sai che ti voglio molto bene.
Ok, momento.
I'm gonna be very quick.
Okay.
I had many things to tell you, and I wanted to say many things, but now I don't feel well, and it's not that I do it on purpose,
Sì.
but I'm here because I'm going back to Italy, and I wanted to talk to you.
Okay.
Sono venuta su di corsa questa sera, molto volentieri, per salutarti e perché volevo... io ancora non sono riuscita a avere questa serenità che hanno tutti.
Okay.
So this evening I just came here like running because I really want to say goodbye to you. I want to tell you that this serenity that seems everybody else has, I don't feel it yet.
Okay. Sì.
Lo sai che quando ti vedo, che sto con te, mi sento tranquilla, serena, però quando purtroppo vado a casa, anche qui a San Martino, la mente è più forte di me, del cuore. Io adesso vado in Italia, ho tante cose da fare, perciò la mente non riesce a...
Ok. Sì.
When I'm with you, I feel this serenity and I am at peace. But as soon as I go to the village, the mind takes over. And now that I am living to Italy and I have many things to do, I feel the mind, it's gonna really take over.
Okay, now I want you to start to speak very slowly. No, speak in the microphone.
Ok, quello che voglio adesso è che tu parli molto lentamente.
Ah sì, scusa.
It's good.
Parlo veloce perché ti ho detto non sto bene, ogni tanto mi prende questi attacchi di panico. Allora cerco di andare veloce.
Ok, un momento, ripeti.
Devo andare a prendere un po' d'aria perché, capito?
Tranquillo.
I am speaking so quickly because I have this panic attack and I feel I have to
so be aware of the panic attack, but don't go with it for a moment.
Sii consapevole di questi attacchi di panico, ma non lasciarti prendere da questi
You are
attacchi di
not
panico.
the panic attack.
Perché tu non sei questo attacco di panico.
Yeah. See?
Sì.
Piano.
Mi ha preso anche a Londra, se ti ricordi, ero in un discount con Aruna e per fortuna ho incontrato te e in quel momento mi hai un po' calmato, era morta mamma, perciò mi sono trovata che quando entro negli ambienti così stretti, così con tanta gente, mi prende.
Okay.
If you remember, it happened in London. You were there. I was in a discount, and I had this panic attack, and you were there, and you calmed me down.
Yeah.
And this panic attack happens to me when I enter places with a lot of people or they're very confined.
Okay, so now slower than that even. Speak
Ora
more slowly.
devi rallentare, parlare ancora più piano di quello che stai parlando adesso.
I am not in a hurry.
Perché io non ho fretta.
And you, here, in you, this place is also not in a hurry.
E dentro di te il cuore non ha fretta.
It's okay. I want to hear you.
Sono qua per ascoltarti.
Okay.
Sì, ti volevo dire tante cose, però adesso non mi viene in mente niente, scusa. Però sono qui consapevole che io voglio questa serenità che hanno tutti.
Okay.
I really wanted to tell you many things, but right now nothing comes to my mind.
Okay.
The only things I want to tell you is I really wanted this serenity I see in other people.
Okay, very good.
Allora, io lo sai che sono qui per Aruna e per Aruna andrei in capo al mondo, no? Per stargli vicino perché i nipoti hanno bisogno delle nonne e io gli sto sempre molto vicino. Però t'ho detto...
Momento. Sì.
You know that I'm here mainly for Aruna. I would go anywhere for her. I feel that
Yes.
she needs the grandmother.
This is good.
Questo è bene.
But
Questa
I
è
want
un'ottima
you
cosa.
to be here right now for you.
Però adesso voglio che tu sia qui per te stessa.
Sì, è quello che voglio anche io, è quello che vorrei anche io, però la mia mente purtroppo non si ferma.
Okay. See?
That is what I would like as well. But
I will
it
show you
seems-
now. I will show you now.
Adesso te lo mostro com'è.
Grazie. Se
Thank
non
you.
svengo prima.
If I don't faint before. Grazie. Thank
Sto
you.
scherzando.
Faint after.
Sto scherzando.
Svieni dopo.
No, svengo dopo.
Okay. Right now, see, it's good. Yeah, it's good. Right now, I don't want you to remember anything at all. You don't have to search for your mind in your mind.
Ora voglio che lasci andare tutto, non devi ricordarti di nulla, non devi cercare nulla nella tua mente,
No pressure.
senza pressione.
Just for this short time with me,
Per questo breve periodo, qua a momento, con me,
just don't hold on to anything at all.
non tenere stretto niente, lascia andare tutto.
Yes. Just not about Aruna, not about Lelia, not about home, not about leaving.
Non ti preoccupare di Aruna, dell'Italia, del fatto che parti, nulla.
Capito?
Sì, sì, ho
Yeah.
capito
Just-
perfettamente. Per me è anche
No,
stando...
no.
Non fa.
Just leave everything for a moment.
Per un attimo lascia andare tutto,
Really.
davvero.
Sì.
Yeah. Don't identify with anything at all. You can do it. I would like to see this because I don't know when I'm going to see you again.
E tu lo puoi fare, io lo so. E vorrei che lo facessi proprio adesso, non so quando ti vedrò la prossima volta.
And I want to take this chance to meet you in a fresh way.
E voglio utilizzare questo momento, questa opportunità per incontrarti in un modo fresco e nuovo.
Yeah. So don't hold on to any story at all,
Non aggrapparti a nessuna storia,
not even about yourself.
neanche su te stessa.
Just be completely empty. Just like I found one hole and everything is taken away. All your ideas, your mind about what you must do and who you are, everything is just, let it just go for a while.
Svuotati completamente, come se ci fosse questo grande buco e tutte le tue idee, le idee che hai di te, tutto quanto, i concetti, scivolano via in questo buco.
You can have it back in a few minutes.
Tra poco poi puoi riprenderle tutte
So
queste
don't worry,
cose.
it's okay. But just for this short time with me, just simply don't hold on to anything. Don't be a container of anything at all for a minute.
Ma per ora, per adesso, lascia andare tutto, non essere un contenitore, sii completamente vuota.
Yes. Even if there feels some tension in your body, what it just means there's some tension in the body, nothing more. Don't make any stories at all. Let's see, just do this.
E anche se ci sono delle tensioni nel corpo, cosa vuol dire? Ci sono delle tensioni, non attaccarli a nessuna storia.
And I don't expect anything at all from you.
E io non mi aspetto niente da te.
Yeah. So,
Ma io che mi aspetto tanto da te.
It's me that I have expectation from you.
so the expectations, leave them for a moment.
E allora anche queste aspettative mettele da parte.
Is possible?
Possibile?
Sì,
Now you do.
sì.
Now you do. Just leave
Fallo.
everything.
Adesso.
Be empty, empty, empty for a moment.
Sii vuota in questo momento.
Not waiting also.
Senza aspettare qualcosa.
It's possible.
Possibile?
Sì, 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 è possibile.
Oh, okay, okay. Don't create anything.
Non creare nulla,
Don't imagine anything.
non immaginare nulla.
It's possible.
Possibile?
Sì. Guardo te.
I look at you. It's possible.
Okay. You can look at me, don't make any stories about it.
Mi puoi guardare ma senza nessuna storia.
Sì, sì.
Okay. I'm asking you to do this because I want you to tell me what is here now.
Ti ho chiesto di fare ciò perché voglio che tu mi dica adesso cosa c'è qua adesso.
Is there anything to worry about?
Cosa c'è qui?
Preoccupazioni?
No, adesso no.
No, not now.
No. Ti posso dire che sì, come dici te, in questo momento sono molto tranquilla, non penso a niente.
Okay.
È stato per me un grande sforzo parlare davanti a tutta questa gente perché non sono abituata,
Okay.
però
Like now it's like you said, I feel very calm and I'm not thinking about anything. But it's a real effort, it's been a real effort for me talking in front of people.
It's okay. So even talking in front of people, just let it go.
Anche questo parlare davanti agli altri, dimenticate, lasciala andare.
Yeah, it's just an idea.
È un'idea.
Yeah. Let everything go
Lascia andare tutto, tutto.
until there's nothing else to let go.
Finché non rimane nulla da lasciare andare.
It's not difficult.
Non è difficile.
Now, if you have done this, there is something that remains that cannot be taken out.
Dopo aver fatto ciò rimane qualcosa che non può essere rimosso.
You're aware of what I'm speaking?
Sei consapevole?
Sì.
Yeah. What is here now? What is here now? Hmm? Did you create it? What is here now? What is here now?
Che cosa c'è qua? E quello che c'è l'hai creato?
Which is no effort, no effort.
Senza sforzo.
Sì, io adesso sono come se fossi solo insieme a te.
Right now, if there was just me and you.
Don't touch me.
Non toccare neanche il concetto io.
And the tricky one, don't touch you.
E neanche il concetto tu.
Yeah. Don't hold on any idea about yourself or me for a moment.
Lascia andare tutte le idee su te o su di me.
Is this possible?
È possibile?
Sì. In questo momento sì.
Right now, yes.
Yes. This, right now, this thing, is there any time here?
In questo momento, questa cosa, c'è del tempo? È legata al tempo? Questa cosa che stai sentendo adesso.
This space.
Questo spazio ha un tempo. È
Is
nel
it
tempo.
outside or inside?
È fuori? È dentro?
No, adesso è dentro.
Inside.
Adesso è dentro di me, no? Però non so quando io esco da qui che non mi parli, che non ti vedo e non so se poi dopo riesco a portarmela via, capito? A portarmela anche fuori.
Right now I feel it's inside of me, but I'm afraid that when you don't speak to me, when I go away, I don't know if I can take it with me.
Are you keeping it now?
Non so se mi spiego bene.
In questo momento la stai trattenendo perché? È qualcosa che stai trattenendo?
No,
Is it a thing that
No.
can come or go?
È una cosa che può venire e può andarsene.
Look.
Guarda dentro di te questo che senti, è qualcosa che può andarsene o che è arrivato.
allora, mi è arrivato, ma
Are you going somewhere?
quando
No, okay. Yeah, see you.
non se mi giro poi vedo tutti. Cos'è che mi diceva, scusa?
Are you feeling nervous?
Sì, no,
Ok.
no, è arrivata. Però io purtroppo dopo quando vado fuori di qui, forse perché adesso non seguito, no, a venire da te a vederti, e poi dopo, adesso quando vado in Italia, c'ho tutto, e il cervello mi ritorna, capito?
I feel these things has arrived, and my fear is that when I go back to Italy and all the things
I ask
happen,
you, don't hold on even to your self-image or any idea about yourself.
ti ho chiesto di rimuovere qualsiasi idea
Sì,
che hai
sì,
tu
sì,
di
sì.
te stessa, di qualsiasi
Sì,
immagine
sì.
di te.
So can you leave this is it possible to leave this for a moment?
Puoi lasciarla
Sì.
da parte per un attimo?
Sì.
Okay. Now speak from this place where you're not speaking about your identity.
E ora cerca
It's
di
possible.
parlare da questo posto dove non c'è nessuna identità.
Io devo parlare.
Sì,
Non è facile per me. Scusa, Mooji, non è facile per me. Capito?
Not possible for you?
Io adesso sto tranquilla, però adesso a risponderti come, non so, quello che mi chiedi,
Okay.
non so esprimere quello che magari tu mi chiedi e io ti devo rispondere, non lo so esprimere.
Okay.
it's not easy for me. I mean, I feel calm, but I cannot put into words what I'm feeling right now.
Okay. 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 Don't put it into words.
E allora non metterlo in parole.
Okay. Don't think anymore about it.
E non pensarci neanche.
How are you feeling now?
Adesso, come ti senti?
Mi sento bene, mi sento tranquilla, mi sento
Okay.
bene.
Gotcha. you say when you leave this place, you feel it will go away, no?
Hai detto che quando hai paura che quando vai via di qua poi questa sensazione scompaia.
Sì.
Okay. So right now, I'm going to ask you just to put your cardigan and just go for a walk. Go down to the Mala and come back and see if it leaves you.
Quello che ti chiedo adesso è se hai bisogno di metterti una giacchetta, di uscire dal mandir, fare 2 passi fino al male, tornare e vedere se questa cosa scompare.
Yeah. Just for a moment.
Solo un attimo.
And see how you're feeling now.
Ora come
How
ti
you
senti?
feeling now?
Sì. Ancora c'ho l'ansia, ancora c'ho il panico, basta che non vedo tutta la gente che c'è dietro. Adesso esco tranquillamente e faccio quello che mi dici, ok? Perché sono molto serena in questo momento.
Okay, so you're serene in this moment. Go and walk there. It will take you 5 minutes. Go there and come
5
back.
minuti.
Sì.
And
E
then
poi
you can
ritorni.
come and tell me how you feel after
E
you come.
poi ne parliamo, ok? Tra 5
Yeah,
minuti.
if it's leave you. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Let her. No, it's okay. Jani, let her walk by herself a bit. It's okay. Very good. Yeah, please talk to me.
Namaste.
Hi.
Thank you so much for calling me up here. And first of all, I just want to say that I'm really grateful that I've had the opportunity to stay here at Sahaja for the past days. I'm extremely grateful for that. And the past days has been a little bit bumpy, and I will try to express myself as clear as possible. Very much related to what you talked about earlier, about this force from the mind.
Yes.
And what I'm feeling inside is that I am really exploring myself, and at one moment I feel a tremendous joy and a happiness inside that I haven't been experiencing before, an extreme calmness, and I can really feel that part is growing more strongly inside. At the same time, I feel also that this other force is continuously growing even stronger as well, that something is trying to pull me, and that this part, which is not really a part of who I am, but something is really trying to pull me so strong.
Yes.
Even if there still are ideas which I now have the ability to stay detached from. There is this force growing stronger that I can't really stay attached from. And this morning it was so obvious. I was at the puja at the Shiva temple, and it was almost a little bit comic because I don't like flying insects and bugs. I'm a little bit scared of them, and it was just like they were surrounding me all the time, you know. And it's like it was a sign, almost like something is trying to disturb me.
Yeah.
And then I just felt this force was continuously growing more and more stronger inside, and I was panicking about it because I felt like I'm not really moving at the right direction. And
Listen, this is a universal thing. It's a universal thing, and almost everyone who's been here for a while know what you're speaking about. Anyone in whose heart or mind has come some interest, some attraction towards self-discovery is going to experience these things. We carry it with us, these interrelated opposites, this play of light and darkness is inside every human being. And as soon, if you are not interested in this thing, you're interested in the world and so on and everything and getting things and becoming somebody, it's like you will not experience so much this. You experience this when you are really onto something. It's as though there's really a chance to wake up, to become more true to yourself. Then you start to feel these forces moving inside. And they will come in many different forms and shape. The mind becomes loud and you can't sleep and all this thing, and you may think the satsang is the cause of it. I was fine before I came here. I came here, well, it's a crazy place and so on. But not totally, because at the same time, as you say, you will experience deep states of peacefulness and joy, and something feel, whoa, it feels really good. I'm experiencing in a way that I've never experienced before. And at the same time, whoosh, you're ambushed by all this kind of tsunami of thoughts and all this kind of stuff. And at least you're becoming a bit more aware of the potential of your mind. It's as though you dare to want to be free. And so it's activated this energy, and will come all this stuff. Things that we have picked up in a very naive way, things that we just absorb in life, by society, by family, by friends, by all kinds of places. And they have not been in service of the truth of you. And now these things, they start to come, and it's a noise. And I'm telling you, don't panic, it's okay. Actually, it's a good sign. It means that the things which are not in service to the truth, they are disturbed. And it's like they're coming up to the surface. And it can feel like that. It feels like, whoa, you're enjoying your best time and your worst time. And it's like a roller coaster for a little bit. But trust that which brought you here. We have to go through things sometime, and things you may think, why is this happening to me? And what is happening? And so on. But here you've been told, just observe them, but observe them with some detachment. If you observe what's happening in your mind with detachment, so you're not quick to identify with it, you're watching it with some distance. Gradually what comes to happen is that you begin to notice not just the chaotic states, but you begin to notice that there's a silence in you that is not engaged, it is not pulled in, it is not part of the activities that are in the mind. You begin to discover a natural silence in your being. And that will keep on growing the more you discover that and you are attracted to that. Then mind will still, it's as though it's like a screaming child. No, you're not going to let you do this. But you stay with it, and gradually the deeper truth becomes more strong in you. And the noisy mind gradually becomes more weak as you see and come to recognize what it is, that it's not the truth of you. This is the kind of play that many people experience. And it may go on for some time, but each time you're growing more wise, more detached, more strong, more you as you really are, and not just you as you imagine yourself to be.
Something what I felt this morning as well was just kind of before this arise was that I felt quite strongly in peace. But then I started to feel like that, that something inside of me was kind of dying off, that I didn't really know who I was anymore.
Yes.
That it was like almost I could see it was like a fireball glowing, and that some parts of me was dying off, and then it was like, okay, but what's actually left of me?
Yeah.
Probably because what I was used to referring to is not really something I feel connected to anymore.
Can you listen to that? Does she have a reason to be really afraid? And many people are yearning for that. It's like the idea you have of yourself, which you used to rely upon as the reference for who you are, that is changing. It's becoming somewhere more deep. And for a while you may feel, I don't know where I am. And that might sound like, whoa, you need help. But actually, you are becoming more sane to what really is here. The old idea is not enough for you. Something, maybe eventually ideas about yourself will not be enough. Just yourself will be enough, not the idea of you. You see? So this is another thing that you may experience and feel, oh, I feel lost, I feel great, I feel lost. Oh my, what should I do? And it's okay.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a bumpy ride for a little bit. You may feel like that, but I feel I'm very encouraged to hear you speak like that. I don't know how long you've been following Satsang, but to be at this stage so early, and I had not seen you before except the other day when I saw you and you spoke a bit. I feel it's very good. Trust that. You're not going mad. You're becoming sane. And so the old ideas we have about ourselves, at some time, they become redundant. They are not in service. You're growing rapidly back into yourself. So everyone who has gone through these stages, they know what is happening. They understand that thing. It can go on for a while if you keep on feeling afraid and, oh no, I want to go back to like this. But if you just pay attention, just watch everything coming. At first it may feel like, there's a big risk. Maybe I'm going to lose something really valuable. And oh gosh, and you feel really tense. And then it passes and you realize, thank you. You're so much better than panicking and holding on to what is naturally time to leave. It's very good. Very good. Thank you. Okay. You from to come.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't been speaking to you for a while, and I felt to share what's been happening inside. It feels like more and more I'm recognizing myself to be just without form and unbound and limitless. And there's a lot of space and peace and
And what if someone were to say to you, maybe you're just imagining all of this?
It's ridiculous.
What is ridiculous? What they say or
Yes.
what you feel?
What they say.
I'm just checking. Okay.
Yes. No, it's like actually since I came here, since I first time met you, I know this. It is possible, and now it feels like I'm experiencing my freedom. So maybe I just wanted to see if there's anything you can point out, because I don't want to become somehow complacent in whatever. I don't know if that is the right word.
Yes, good word. It's a good word. It's a good word also.
But it feels
It's a very genuine thing, a very earnest thing to say that yes, these experiences, they are just it's so rich, but I don't want to fall into complacency. I don't want to be, falsely confident about something. This is good. It's a good. Your attitude is very good for me. You're discovering that you're not just a thing. You may be discovering that you are no thing.
yes.
You see? And that could be the most profound and beautiful recognition that can happen inside you. That you're not merely the body is an object, but that which perceives this body and all bodies is not an object, and you find yourself even there. These are not things you're going to be able to talk about easily in this world, because most people will not understand you. Maybe your family won't understand you. Maybe your best friend won't understand you. This is not a cappuccino conversation. It may be something that you need to just sit with yourself, and maybe you can share with some of your Sangha. But it is good, and in Satsang is the appropriate place, the right place to be speaking about this. You are discovering that you're not merely this object. This object will pass. This object of a body is like a burning candle. The flame is always bright, but one day it will not be here in this way. You see, but something is here. That is not a burning candle. It is not subject to time or change, and it is discovering itself in this body, in this life. And you say it's a joy, you see? A peace. And I ask you, what if someone were to say, but this guy, it won't matter. It's not a conversation piece. You don't have to tell anybody about that. Just be that. If it wants to speak, it will speak in the most appropriate time. And your mind does not need to be your secretary in that moment. And that's fine. And as you deepen in your understanding, the wisdom will come along with the discernment to know when something is your mind and when it is not. You see? It will come by itself, even without practice. It will just begin to emerge in you the power to just know when this thing is not true. And you don't even have, sometimes you won't even have to think it out. It just will not stick. You just keep confirming your true place. All that you see, all that come, they belong to time and they are momentary. And it is fine. It is good that things change. But it's the greatest when they change in front of the unchanging. All that appears on this side of your eyes belongs to time and change, coming and going. And even behind the eyes, in the realm of thought and feeling, that also is changing. But deeper in is the unchanging. It's not a place that you go to. You will just know it is limitless. You cannot come to a boundary beyond which it is not. And imagination is not necessary, not required. Imagination itself appears in it and disappears in it. And these words may sound a bit strange if you have not heard things expressed in this way before. But just let them find their way in you, and there's intelligence in you, because what I'm speaking about, even if it appears that your mind has never heard it, your heart knows it. So this is just very pleasing to hear. What to do now? well, whatever is destined to be done will happen. In front of something which is unchanging and in recognition of itself. It's good enough.
Thank you. So much gratitude, Guruji.
Yeah.
And I want to bless you and just...
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Very good. You come, Bobby. Okay, that's good.
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste.
I felt to come before you.
Yeah.
We didn't speak in Satsang for a while, and I felt to check in with you.
Yeah.
There are so many things that are happening inside. Sometimes I feel like another image came into mind. Today is kind of interesting. Like I feel like haunted by a ghost sometimes. About the from the ghost of the ego is, I see it coming and I see it manifesting, and it feels like there is, I feel in a way a part of the ego that wants to stop this. There's a seeing that is still wants to get rid of the ego, and there's this space that doesn't want anything. And in between these two, actually there's I'm looking for myself and I cannot find something.
Yes. This is good enough. I'm looking for myself and I cannot find anything. The one who is looking for the self is what? It's possible to identify? If you say something like that. The word says, I'm looking for myself. First of all, it sounds strange in the world because nobody's looking for themselves. Everyone assumes, well, I'm me. Why am I looking for me? But the trouble is that the me that most people think is them is just the fiction of them, the idea we have about ourselves. So they will not be able to understand someone like you saying, I'm looking for myself. I say, whoa, this guy's weird. Look at the guy's there, he's looking for himself. Okay? But something here, understand a little bit. I'm looking for myself. What it mean? What it mean? I who is looking for myself? Am I the one? Am I not the one already who is looking for himself?
I'm seeing also.
No. I'm not judging. I'm just saying. No. Yeah. Okay. So I'm looking for myself, but I find nothing. Okay. I'm looking for myself in the highest sense. I'm looking for what I could possibly be, because there's a natural feeling of I am here. But here is a funny place, this place here, because it's been asked, I am looking for myself, please qualify what the I is that's looking for the self. I am looking for myself. The one who's looking is who? We laugh, but do you know? We laugh, I'm looking for myself. Yeah, do you know who the one who speaks is? I'm looking for myself, but I don't find anything. The one who's looking is who?
There is looking. There is a looking.
And there's a sense of an I that's looking also. There's a sense that, something, what is commonly referred to as myself is searching for something beyond what it's told is itself. Can it be found? Can I find myself? Are there two of us?
For the root of the seeing.
Yes. Yes. You're looking for the root of the seeing. Is that the same question? Can the seer be seen? Meaning, there's something. Forget about anybody else in the world. There's just you for a minute, okay? And so you are seeing everything else, everything else. Everything that you know is what you see and accept that I see this, okay? You are the seer of everything. Emotions, feelings, objects, time, you are the seer of it. You who are seeing everything, can you yourself be seen? This was a question I asked someone. If you can't follow it right now and it feels like crazy in your head, leave it alone. But some people are caught by it because it feels like a very profound thing to contemplate. That which is seen. Why this question, can the seer be seen? What's the value of such a question? To see if the seer of all things which appear, is it also an object that can be seen? And if the seer is an object that can be seen, by what is it seen? Who has been fascinated by this question, who's been calling here? Okay, a good amount of people here is fascinated. Just fascinated or discovering? Yes.
Discovering.
Less hands went up when I say, okay? What has been discovered? What has been discovered?
There is the seeking stops, and there's nothing to.
If the seeking stops, something sees the stopping of the seeking. It's true or not? So the cessation of seeking is stopped. That which recognizes the cessation, the ending of seeking, is what? Who will know? Something other than it? Are these questions relatable that I'm speaking? Does it mean something to you? Yes. Okay, good. Let's carry on then.
There is not two.
There is not two. Does that mean there's only one?
There is.
Who are you?
I cannot.
Huh? Can you put it in a answer? Can there be an answer, like an answer to this question? Can the seer or the perceiver, let's use a broader word, perceiver, I mean what we perceive, whatever it is that call existence or time or this or you and me and this and that and heaven and hell, life and death, gods and demons, you and me, the world, what is perceiving all of that? Can that which perceives all of that, can that itself be perceived? What's the point? Is it tangible or intangible? Is it a form or without form? That which knows knowing, that which knows knowledge and ignorance, what can be said of it? Who are you? Who is that which arises as I in this body? Is it personal? Is it impersonal? relevant? Is it messing with your head? Can you give an answer that I'll be satisfied with? And who am I? What is the point of the question? Well, amongst questions askable, it is amongst the highest. It will destroy delusion and reveal the unity of the mind and the heart. Even your answer is perceivable. Whose answer? What is the point of the question? Who survives this question? Who survives this question? Something doesn't want that this question is put in this world. What is the evidence and the proof that you are different from me? From where did this conviction come? So rightly your point was that I have been looking for myself but I've found nothing there. Is the correct statement. What has been looking for the self? Some intelligent principle is searching for its own source. And finding that nothing that is recognizable as a sense or from the mind can be that which is looking. Whatever is found that the mind says, here, a samurai comes to you with a sword. Yes, I've come to meet my Lord. Where is he? What's most precious for me? I want to find him in you. Okay. Take everything I've learned. Not that. Take my devotion. Not this. Take my identity. Not that. Take all my possessions. Not this. take my highest aspiration. Not that. Take me. Not that. What? I've come to prostrate to my Lord. Where is He? What can you give?
Please take everything from here which is not true, any service to the truth.
The body is true for what it's meant to be, but it's not the truth that you seek. Everything is in its rightful place, but it's not the one you seek. There's nothing to curse, but there's everything to leave. Find that one, and everything is in its right place. Why curse anything? The body is not an offense. The body is very necessary for experiencing. The mind too has its role. But it's not the one to help you to find who you are. He came a little later. I don't know if it is fitting to offer an apology for people who may not understand my words. It's okay for now. You don't have to chase them or nothing. If you're not able to hear them, it's okay, because something else is with you that is taking care of you. It's okay. For me, there's nothing now to destroy, only to see, only to recognize. Why to kill something that doesn't really exist apart from imagination? Maybe these words are too, I don't know, strange. Your request is good.
Thank you.
If your request is granted, take everything that's not true. Who will recognize that it's granted? If your request is granted, remove everything that's not true. Who will be here to evaluate whether that is granted or not? It is the same one that you are now. And that one is undivided. And yet, this feeling may stay here for a while. Maybe God keeps this feeling in us, a kind of duality, to play on a certain role that is still important. I am the duality and the non-dual. I am all of this And I have absolutely none of this. I am the person, and I'm not the person. Who is going to understand that? A part of my play is apparent and in time, yet I am the timeless. Is this a personal statement? Is it courage that it takes to say something like this? And yet I can say to you, it's fine, it's fine. You're in the right place. You're just fitting back into you. Are you disappointed with what I say?
No. All this play of energy play of resistance and surrender and
all of it is good. Resistance and trouble helps surrender. Pain helps us to be humble.
There's this desire I don't want to hide or protect anything.
Yes.
And to pretend in any way, because the mind is...
Then go to the place where nothing is. Is that an irresponsible guidance? It's a strange thing, a paradox to say, go to the place where nothing is. And when it is recognized, you are fine with everything. Strange. Go to the place that you are not personal, and you'll be okay with your apparent person. If your mind is still so much dwelling in, you and he and me and you and this and that, where will your peace come from? And yet we can say, but I can't stop my mind. I can't stop my mind. Could you help me to stop my mind? How you can stop your mind? Only you stop. What it means. When you stop giving the mind food, and getting involved with your person, then the mind is the relationship we create. The psychological mind. I'm not talking about mind in its great natural expression and usefulness and pragmatic functioning, all of this is fine. But when we made the mistake of identifying personally with mind, then mind becomes a minefield. When you recognize, because you must come to recognize the difference between yourself and the mind in its psychological manifestation. When you recognize that you are in the place of the seer, even the most subtlest, you're in that place. And that all things perceivable are phenomenal to that. And that itself is not a phenomenon. That's why you say, I cannot find anything. It is no thing. It is not a thing. But all things manifest because it is. And it is the no thing inside each thing. Is it a clue? Maybe this is all too much, I don't know. It's good?
Can I say?
Yeah.
This understanding that I cannot find myself as a thing.
As a thing. Thank you. I cannot find myself. It's always said, I cannot find myself. There must be a self to say, I cannot find myself, isn't it? You say, you completely say, I cannot find myself as a thing. Good. Can you bear that seeing? Is it a disappointing discovery?
Not at all. What happens is, after a while, the understanding is not there.
Yeah, maybe the understanding exchanges itself as something much more subtle. Maybe it just becomes contentment.
What I mean is, there is a forgetfulness, or after a while this seeing is not clear.
Yeah.
And I can see it because there's this thing of me and the other, and it's clear when I'm reacting and I treat the other like something.
Yeah. I'll say something about that. Okay? It's a good thing you say this, because it's true. You come to this understanding, it feels most profound, but then you forget. And then it seems as though you go back into the duality of the you and me and like this, no? Which means that it's still time to keep contemplating this. Because you may feel, yeah, been there, done it, thank you, I'm out of here. Okay? And it is not like this. Maybe you have to just keep on recognizing until there's no more thing to recognize. Genuinely. Not something that your mind says, I've been there and done it. But that somehow, if it is genuine, it keeps itself in its own focus, in a natural way, not in a sweaty, trying, heavy way. It's maybe to block complacency. So if it comes up like this, then it's a bitter taste to you. Not because, oh, I thought I'd finished that and it's back again. Not in that kind of proud way, but more, or disappointed way, but more that you look and think, okay, whoa. And you sharpen your Dharma eye, and you look again with it's like this. Okay, I know that maybe it's getting on a little bit for... It's enough for you, or we are okay? Yes. If anybody feels tired and you want to go and just stretch your legs, get some fresh air, you can do that. It's fine. Who wants to say something that's important for me right now? You're good for the moment? Thank you so much. Can I start with you for now? Okay. Okay, good. You're fine with this? You're okay? Not tired? Okay, good.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you. I feel this whole satsang, you've been speaking to me already, and everything that was addressed, I can relate to it. And
okay.
So I just felt that I really wanted to come because I've not been speaking satsang for a while, and these last satsangs, you really touched something that I saw that maybe there was some holding back to come in satsang and speak.
Okay.
Because I can follow your guidance, and even now also to confirm what you say in me. And there's a lot of gratitude for you for Sahaja and the Sangha and everything. And but I still see when I slip back to old states, and it becomes more and more like.
In other words, you slip back not just to old states, but slip back into identity, slip back into I, me, person things, and that's okay. It will happen, but what is not so okay is that it happens and it is not checked. You follow? Because you cannot say, oh, you're always going to make sure it doesn't happen. No, it happens that identity happened, and somehow you find that, whoa, this is playing, but now with a difference that doesn't go very far before something gets, whoa, wait a second, but that's not true. Or do you still get pulled around the block until your knees are rubbed off, being dragged by your mind, and when you're in, sort of like the Burns unit, you go, oh, that was my mind. Or do you somehow say, no, but that's not. Are you finding that increasingly the duration of our delusions are shortening? Please answer me, please. Thank you. I need to hear from you that if this is true. Not expect what I ask. No, I want to hear. Because for so long I'm sitting, we're talking, and then I start to ask people, tell me what you think, and I said, this is not good. So I'm going to start checking on each of you. What have you understood in your heart, not in your head? You see? Yeah.
And I can say yes, that because of you, the impact is less than before. I can see that.
Yes.
But the doubt came a bit of like, is it just this, when you say this is example of the blades turning still, but the power is cut? Like, it just came this doubt like some days ago of like...
So let me explain that for people who may not have heard this example. I say sometimes that we got fans here, it's getting hot, so sometimes we have to use the fans. So if you can, I use it as an example, that if the fans are turning, we know that the power is on. If you switch off the electricity to the fan, okay, the blades keep turning for a while, isn't it? But they don't just turn fan, it stops. You turn it and it's the... But something knows the power is cut, no? And gradually the blades come to stop because they're not being fed. You see? So we're talking as an example like this power cut to the mind. So something, what is the power cut to the mind? The mind seems to be in this storm. What is the way to switch off this power? Is it something out there? No, the switching off of this, not the mind spinning, but the relationship with that is the spinning. When it is recognized, but I am the weakness of that, I am not that. And that seeing is honored, meaning that it keeps on being confirmed. So the attention is on here, not on the spinning, not watching when it's going to stop. Then it may stop, you don't even notice. You follow or not? It may come to stop because your thing is not to turn the switch off a fan and wait and see when it stops. Something knows the power is cut. What is the power cut to the mind in this way? When I say mind, I don't mean mind in its universal context. Mind is a universal thing. You need your mind to operate your job, or to look after your children, or to run a business, or to, just everyday life. That's not the trouble. That's not the mind we're talking about. We're talking about the mind in its psychological manifestation in personhood. This is it. So whenever that comes, when you, the consciousness, in whom the mind is a function, gets so totally identified with your mind play, then things just they go into all strangeness. When you acknowledge and recognize, but I'm the weakness of that, then the power stays in the weakness and not in the turning blades. When the attention is not in the turning, then they don't register as anything. Just like you go walking in the market. There's a market in San Martino tomorrow. If you go into the market tomorrow and there's nothing you're interested in, can you be distracted? You are only distracted by the things you are attracted to, isn't it? We are only, you don't have to overcome something that has no interest for you. Yeah, you overcome things that you get tied up with, and then something transcends this. And so much of things in life, you're not troubled by them because you have no particular interest in it to form some relationship with it. So some people can walk all the way to the market and then nothing at all. Then you say, oh, where's your time in the market? What market? Market. You see? Another person come back with 10 shopping bags. Oh God. Both are walking. It's the same with the mind. So many things could appear as though they were thoughts that you could get involved in. But if you have no interest, then they cannot register as even ever appearing. You see? So the things that keep coming up are things that are in relation to who? Consciousness? Is consciousness interested in the price of tomatoes today? It's more from mind, and of course from the regular day-to-day, that's okay to say, oh, the price of tomatoes have dropped and so on, it's fine, okay? It's not a life and death thing, but for some of us, the things of daily life is like life and death, particularly the things that we are attached to. Would you agree or not, you see? If you're not attached to a thing, it's not going to trouble you that much. We are chiefly troubled by things we are attached to, whether these things are things, or maybe a concept, or an ideology, or whatever, you see? So until or unless your mind say, this thing happened, experientially nothing happened. It is true that you feel what you feel, but it's not true that what you feel is truth. And something inside have the wisdom, the expanding wisdom to discern the difference in this. At a certain point, you will not have to go outside for reference for what is true. Your wisdom within you is naturally expanding in this way. This is why I say, blessed is the one whose life is the evidence of what is true. Not you say with your mouth, but you do something different in your action. It's something like this. Not that people have to watch your action. It's actually in your presence. It's your presence that communicates to the heart, and not just your mind and your mouth. It's the presence that speaks to presence. So the point for you is that the duration of distractedness or distraction is lessening as you are deepening in the understanding and the recognition of the truth you are. How are you? Bene. Bene.
No, bene. Nel cuore e nell'anima sto bene. Però non mi devo girare di tutta la gente se non mi ritocca l'attacco di panico.
In my heart and my mind I'm good, I just can't look around at all the people, otherwise I'll get a panic attack.
Stand up, stand up.
Alzati.
Stand up. Okay, okay, okay. Slowly turn around and look at everybody.
No.
See. Yes.
Fatto.
No finito, no
No,
finito. Do, come. It's just, you told me you want to experience, you told me, I want to speak with Mooji because I want to experience
Sì.
the serenity that I see in other beings. So look at them. Don't engage. Just look,
Scusa,
just look.
ho salutato le persone che conoscevo.
She was saying hello to the people she knows.
And to the ones you don't know?
Le saluto uguale, con il cuore.
Yeah.
I say hi to them as well with my heart.
Okay. Carry on. Just do it.
Le riguardo ancora?
Yes, and relax.
È difficile.
No. Your mind say it's difficult.
Sì, lo so. Io prenderei e andrei via subito.
I know it, and I would get up and go right away.
Yeah, see.
No, basta. Ancora?
With joy, relax, do.
Ma io adesso sto tanto bene, guarda adesso, non mi fa mettere l'ansia, sto benissimo adesso, guarda a te. Sto bene così.
I'm so good right now. Don't make me get anxious. I'm so good as I am.
No, I don't trust you. I don't trust what you say. Keep do. Just relax, Laura.
E non è facile. Non è facile. Non è facile, Mooji. Non voglio fare la preziosa, però non è facile.
It's not easy, Mooji. I don't want to be precious, but it's not easy.
She doesn't want to be pressured or precious.
Precious.
What it mean? Pressure. Precious.
Cos'è?
Cosa vuol dire preziosa? In che senso?
Non lo so, è un detto, non voglio... Ho un modo di dire italiano, non voglio fare... Sì, no, la principessa...
You don't have to be a princess. I don't see you as a princess.
Lei mi ha suggerito la principessa, non c'entra niente. Me l'ha suggerito lei.
This one said like a princess, but it's not like that.
Yeah.
Comunque, Mooji, io sono uscita, come hai detto te, sono rimasta con il tuo pensiero, sono tranquilla, però mentre io sono molto penalizzata non sapendo l'inglese, perché io vengo qui al Satsang, però non capisco niente.
I did what you said. I went aside and I remained like with everything you said and calm. But I feel that I'm penalized because when I come to satsang, because I don't speak English, I don't understand what you're saying all the time.
Perciò tutte le emozioni che ho dentro di me le prendo dalla tua espressione del viso, però non capisco quello che dici alle persone. Se capissi magari potrei avvicinarmi di più, no? A questa serenità che cerco.
So what I can do, I can look at your face and expression and feel something inside from your expression, but I cannot understand the words that you say to everybody, and I wonder if I could understand, I could find easier this serenity.
But I
you're
only
talking
ask
about.
you to understand what I spoke with you today. It's a start. No?
Ma quello che ti chiedo è semplicemente di comprendere, di recepire quello che io ti ho detto oggi a te.
Sì.
Sì.
Ancora sono tranquilla, ancora sono qui. Sono qui, presente, insieme a tutti. Anche se non mi giro, sono qui.
Sì. We will try to again give the translations to the satsangs. We will do it again soon. We will start again. You remind me of this.
Presto ricominceremo a fornire le traduzioni nelle diverse lingue per i satsang, così potrai sentirlo in italiano.
Sì, a settembre quando ritorno.
You're returning in September?
Sì, settembre, ottobre.
When are we now?
Però cerco da seguirti magari quando fai satsang con YouTube, non so,
I will try to follow the satsang
con il
online
video, no?
when you broadcast it.
Ok?
Very good,
Ecco,
Laura.
in modo che capisco e mi avvicino sempre più, giusto? Perché da tanti anni che ti conosco, però come vedi non sono mai riuscita a avvicinarti come vorrei.
So I really hope I can understand, I can get you closer to you, because I've been knowing you for many years,
Yes.
but I haven't felt that I'm
Yes.
getting closer.
I feel you're getting closer.
Io sento che tu ti stai avvicinando.
I'm very happy that you came today and to
Sono-
speak today.
Sono molto felice che tu oggi sia venuto qua a parlare.
Sì, è stato un gran sforzo, ma l'ho fatto molto volentieri,
It was a big effort, but
Yes.
I'm very happy I've done it.
perché ti voglio molto bene,
Yes, thank you.
ok?
Yeah, what?
Because I love you very much.
Yeah, ti amo tanto anch'io.
A posto. Siamo a posto così? Poi domani se ci vediamo ci abbracciamo, va bene?
Va bene,
I say like, it's all good, and if I see you tomorrow, then can we hug tomorrow?
sure,
ci
we can hug
salutiamo?
tonight also.
Perché non ci abbracciamo adesso?
Sì, aspetta, Scusa, Mooji. Intanto mi prendo.
Very good.
Aspettami che a settembre ritorno,
Okay. See, look now, look now, look now. Ay, ay, ay. You forgot, didn't you? She forgot she was nervous, is she? Huh?
Could you repeat what you just said?
I said when she turned around, she was an empress, isn't it? Because she forgot she was nervous. She forgot she was nervous, is it?
No, ti sei dimenticata di tutto come un'imperatrice.
Adesso sono con lui, mi dimentico di tutto.
When I'm with you, I forgot about.
Don't
forget
blame
about
me,
everything.
come on.
Non dire che sono io che faccio questo. Says that you have to wait for her. She's coming back in September.
Okay. Yeah.
Aspetti qui.
Ci vediamo dopo.
Ci vediamo
Ragazzi. You're good.
Thank you. It's just thank you so much again and again, and just have this prayer that to fully be absorbed in you and to move as you always, and because we have really this privilege to see how you move always with love and respect and compassion, and whatever happens, and you're not affected by it, and I just wish the same.
Some things I feel affected by, but not so deeply. And I have feelings, but I don't suffer them. Thank you. Okay.
Love you.
Thank you. Do we have time? Okay, come.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here in this late evening.
Thank you.
And all the things that were going on in me. All the people told that you gave the beautiful answers and whatever, but I just felt I just want to ask if I can give you a hug too.
Yes.
Can I come?
Yes. Thank you. Come. Aye. That's very beautiful. Thank you.
That was it.
That was it? This was good?
Yeah, because
Yes, very good. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Guruji. It's the first time I speak to you in Satsang. You know, it's beautiful, thank you. I want to say so many things, but I don't want to say what my mind has thought before now. I've been here for 1 week, that's what I can say, even if it doesn't feel like time. And yeah, it just feels like a continuum, and it also feels some magic in it that I cannot explain. In this, in the body I can feel there is time going on night and day when I go to sleep and I wake up. But it doesn't matter, like as the same as the season, like I feel I'm here and it's somehow a very breezy, nice spring, almost summer, I don't know. But I don't know what that means in this moment that I'm here with you. It's like everything is humming and it's just calling to be silent. And every being I meet here, they just keep reminding me that. And they are like the proof of your living presence as God for me, not for me as a person, as one. But it's very, subject to judgment.
Yes.
And to change. It's changeful. And it's fluctuating. And that's painful. Because now I know it cannot be denied.
Yes. We cannot help when feelings of judgment, they come. We cannot know about them coming before they come. But when they come, we can use them to see whether they entertain some part of us and whether they are providing something valuable to us. Because sometimes even the habit to judge others reveals something of still something very personal, something maybe afraid, something that is coming from a part of ourselves that is not a happy place. And although our minds might tell us that it's okay to do that, and And may just out of habit we do it and not really not take it seriously. And this habit is a very human thing. That sometimes we compare what we perceive as the worst in others with the best in ourselves as we perceive. Judgments are based like that, and they come from the ego identity, you know. And for a long time, it's very difficult to stop that from happening until you begin to feel the pain of it, and you feel the claustrophobia of this way of being and thinking. See, so it happens. I don't know if there's anyone who have never judged, but you can move on beyond that, and you have come to Monte Sahaja, you have had the chance to be here and to feel with your own heart the atmosphere, the quality of the presence here, the inner quality of the beings who live here and move here, the beauty and silence of this place. And so you can testify, yes, you know, from your own experience, and it is good. You say everything comes to remind you of your silence. Still judgments come, and they will come. They will come. We can't help it. And don't try so hard to stop judgments from coming. Only remember what you are. When you remember what you are, not just as a kind of like a trick, but through direct recognition, then these judgments will not have a place to hold, or not just judgments, other forms of negative functioning of the mind. They will just become more distant, because you are learning and discovering how to be with yourself. That's the most important one, to be with comfortably. When you're comfortable with yourself, you automatically are in the presence of God. When you're comfortable with yourself, love flows towards other beings very easily. Compassion and joy, and it's such a wonderful discovering, you know, that doesn't end. This is why I say this is a fruit that keeps tasting sweeter and sweeter every day, but never becomes oversweet. This is the fruit of your spirit, and I'm happy when people can come like yourself and taste for yourself and see. That is the best remedy for a troublesome mind. And so, thank you.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Sometimes you have to go through hell to go to heaven. And like someone say, you don't get to stand up without falling. So everyone has to learn. We're here like to... no one can live without making mistakes. Everyone needs to do it. You see, I remember this story, that is a beautiful story from the Bible. It's said that there was once a woman who was being chased by a whole lot of people, men and women, who were about to stone her to death. And can you imagine how desperate she must have been? No friends. And they're chasing her through the streets to stone her to death. And Jesus happened to be walking nearby, and she ran right up to him and fell at his feet. How desperate she must have been. Save me, please. And then he held her, and all the people came all together with the stones in their hand. And he says, for what reason are you stoning this woman? Because she's committed adultery. And it is written, this is punishable by death. Oh, very good. Well, let the one who is without sin throw the first stone. Jesus say, let the one who is without sin throw the first stone. And there's some quiet. Because nobody dared to throw. Because in this village, everybody knew each other. And everybody had something to hide. And if someone was to say, okay, then somebody would go, hey, I know you. I know what you did last night. How can you say you are without sin? So one by one, they dropped their heads and they dropped their stones. And they went away. So sometimes it's like this. In life, you have to go through strife. You have to feel things. But a wise person, as I say, builds a house out of the stones that their enemies throw at them and lives in this house happily. You see? I would like to say whatever trials or tribulations may come to you, and they will. Freedom is free, but it is not cheap. And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about sometimes you have to go through things. But a wise one, an earnest seeker, will see it in the highest way. They will take good from bad, from even the things which are untrue or painful. They'll find value in that. And that is the nature of the one who seeks truth. So don't worry if things come to you, various things. People may say, things may happen. So many things happen in this world. But it will not live. They pass, like all things pass. Clouds are just passing. Find that which is not passing. And you will know your home. Don't worry about what people do or say. Even though it may be painful. And pain you must feel. Just like you want to feel joy, you will feel pain. But the one thing I would advise and encourage for everyone, you see, transcend the things of this world, but don't be cynical about life. And don't worry. Your salvation is not in the hands of anyone but God. So don't worry about anything. And if you worry, you can't help it. That too will pass. That too will pass. We're here for something much greater than that. Many of you have been here for some time, discovering why you're here. Why you're here. You declared something. I came here to find truth. Why you stay? because there's only that here. You come to a place like this, San Martino, in the most unpopulated place in Portugal, in the bush. What for? What for? We don't have any cinemas, we don't have football club, we don't have anything like that. So it's not a place to be easily distracted, but even here you will be distracted. If you come for that, in this search for truth, I feel very happy. Because I don't see a reason why you should not find it. And I don't see that it's so difficult. In itself, as I say, the truth is simple. But the seeker of truth is complex. And if you pay too much attention to the complexities of personhood and ego, it will slow you down and will make that which is most natural to you seem impossible. So that you are here, I took it for granted. Yes, they are earnest. Because for what other reason? Sometimes we go to places that are impregnated with spirit, but they also have a lot of other things there. And we can waste our time in these things. When I was a child, I used to go to a school in Jamaica. It was called Bethesda School. Bethesda School. And there's a story in the Bible about a place called Bethesda. Actually, when we made the place here, a place like a pond, it's called now Lotus Garden. A pond is there. But the first name I gave it was Bethesda, because we had the school and it was right near a river that went into the sea. It was called Bethesda School. And I want to tell you a little bit about Bethesda to close this evening. Because Bethesda, the story goes that there was once a pool, maybe say a little bit bigger than the size of this room. And there was a natural spring, a pool there. And the story goes in the Bible that once each year, not on the same day, an angel of the Lord would come and they would touch the water and the water would sort of shimmer. And anyone who jumps, the first person who jumps in this pool will be healed of whatever it is, whether it is mental, psychological, physical, whatever troubles, you'll be healed right there and then. So the word spread and people started to travel to Bethesda because they saw people who were lame walking again, people who could not speak or talking, people who were deaf could hear and all these things. They must go to Bethesda. Many people came. And in the beginning, everybody was sitting around the pool of Bethesda, watching the water. Somebody would talk, hello, no. Watching the water, waiting. And sometimes a little branch from a tree will fall in the water and it will stir and people, everybody jump in and call off the search. It was just a twig. Sometimes a little breeze would blow. People jump. And it was not the angel of the Lord, no? But once a year, the angel would come. And they couldn't see the angel. Just the water would stir and somebody would jump in and then they'll come out healing, thank you God, hallelujah, praise God, and so on, no? But over time, more and more people come and sitting there waiting, and then they got a bit tired of waiting and they start to play cards on the pool, and dominoes, play domino. After a while, they had a souvenir shop, Bethesda cups and T-shirt. I've been there, I've done that, and things like this, and all these different estate agents, renting flats near to Bethesda. The most expensive ones are just one step from the pool, another one, like this, big business come. And after a while, every now and again, an angel would come touch the water. Somebody jumped, and everybody go, oh no, what was I doing? I was sort of buying a T-shirt, and then the angel come, now I have to wait for a whole year, and like this. That was the story of Bethesda, you see. everybody got back into their old habits. But in this Bethesda, you're not in competition with others. You're not even in competition with yourself. Your own earnestness and vigilance wins the day. That is your own angel touching the water of your own spirit. Nothing in the world exists as a distraction. It's just that we get distracted. I would just like to take a minute, just like this. sorry to keep you so long, but it's as we are going for a few days away, I wanted to make sure I could see you to my heart's content. Thank you. Love you too. We're going to have a bit of music before we go to bed. Bye. Okay.
Mooji, you saved my life. Om Ramana, Om Papaji, Om Mooji, you saved my life.
Beloved Guruji, thank you. You're consistent and patient, persistent in taking us to the place where the isness is tasted. So we understand that this is our place, the space. You don't just give it, you live it. This is amazing. You walk with us. It's like you're living in our shoes. You talk with us. You are living proof of your pointings, inspiring us to trust in life as it unfolds, more valuable than gold. How blessed we are to express our hearts in this song. There is so much love. It's such a privilege to serve, so our vision is cured and our living is pure. You save us from our cravings and desires. You save us and you raise us higher. You save us and pave the path to freedom, but let us find our own way, exactly what is needed.
Om Ramana, Om Papaji, Om Mooji, you saved our lives. Om Ramana, Om Papaji, Om Mooji, you saved our lives.
Moojibaba, Papaji, Ramana, this one that you are is the one that I am. By your grace, this I understand, not just in my head, but in this life you've led us to experience. The spirit is so alive, it's clearing out the mind, so fear cannot survive. The mirror that you provide, the ego cannot hide, its lies cannot divide. I got my eyes up to the sky, giving thanks to the Most High, cause the sky is now inside. So even though it tries, the mind cannot deny that the taste of your grace has us mad for God. The taste of your grace is removing the mirage. The taste of your grace makes every wall fall, and the taste of your grace is all in all. It's delightful, so much light flows through your forms, but you are so much more.
Om Ramana, Om Papaji, Om Mooji, you saved our lives. Om Ramana, Om Papaji, Om Mooji, you saved our lives. Om Ramana, Om Papaji, Om Mooji, you saved our lives. Om Ramana, Om Papaji, Om Mooji, you saved our lives.
Om Ramana, Om Papaji, Om Mooji, you saved our lives. Om Ramana, Om Papaji, Om Mooji, you saved our lives.
Very good. Glory be to God, the single reality, who alone is real, from whom display of existence emanate. The Lord of the universe, the one that resides in the heart of all living beings, the purpose we exist, and the one we exist to discover. And there's no other freedom apart from realizing the truth of our own deepest self, who is He and He alone, who is beyond all names and form, who alone can be called the timeless, the imperishable, the unborn, and the uncreated one. The highest purpose for which we exist to discover, be in harmony with, be one with that which we can never not be. Yet in this dream we imagine we are separated from. Glory be to that one. We have no other way to explain the source from which we come, except Him. He I call my Father and my own self, yourself, ourself, oneself. The recognition of whom and through whom we find life timeless and imperishable. That in this life we must transcend the ignorance that appear to veil the timeless one. I have no other purpose in life. the same when I see in you, whose name is I am also, the ungiven name. The untruth never is, and the truth never is not. So find this and be free. This is the root of our connection. Apparently broken only by ignorance and arrogance. A separation imagined. Thank you. Alhamdulillah. Thank you. It's so beautiful.
Bless you.